Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'll show you an updated tier list for every single role in the game. And yet again, a lot has changed. As you can see already in the Baron lane tier list, a lot has changed already. So let's immediately get into it. So I tried to play as many champions as possible this patch, and I was looking at games and it changed so much. I found some secretly broken champions, and I'm immediately gonna reveal who it is because I don't want to make you wait. It's Kha'Zix, guys. Kha'Zix. So he's also the one in the thumbnail, but let's start with the Baron lane in the beginning. So as you can see, two champions have changed places and other things have changed too, but let's first talk about this. So Fiora went down from the S plus tier to the S tier, and Camille went from the S tier to the S plus tier. Guys, Camille is broken. Camille is so broken. It's insane how broken she is. There are numerous reasons for that. First of all, she's Camille. She's really strong. But the second reason that only exists in this patch is she counters all the meta champions. She's good against Garen. She's decent against Gragas. She's really good against Kha'Zix. She's really good against Evelynn. She is just really good against these top tier champions. And guys, if you get good at Camille, oh my god, she is so damn strong. Even stronger than Garen. Really. So Garen is still in the S plus tier. I'm not gonna talk too much about him because it's still the same Garen. Gragas, same story as Garen. I'm not gonna talk too much about him. I want to pay more attention to some others. Renekton, guys. Renekton has gone up to the S tier. Now Renekton is not S plus tier, but he is so strong in the lane. He is really good in these 1v1s, especially in the early game. And in the late game, you can just completely burst down enemy champions with your combination. Like, he is so damn strong, guys, really. Okay, so Malphite still very good, Oh, by the way, the green foot, this is Riven, and Master Yi is Irelia. Yeah, so the green foot is Riven and this is Irelia. So Riven, good, pretty good, but not S tier, but she is really close to being S tier. I want to say though, she is definitely worth playing. And if you really get good at her dashes, and when you pick her, by the way, pick her against champions that have skill shots or abilities that have to hit. Like for example, Darius' first ability or Camille's second ability, Pick Riven into these types of champions. She's really good against champions because she can easily dodge the skill shots very easily with her dashes, right? Lee Sin Baron lane is stronger than you think, guys. It's actually good, guys. So I'm not gonna talk too much about these other champions. Like they're actually about Darius. He's dropped even more, guys. Darius is just a no-go, really. See, the thing is with Darius, you can still do a lot of damage if you get your stacks. But it's not a crazy amount of damage. Like, enemies can actually fight you even if you have the full Noxie and Might stacks, because it deals way less damage now. So, it's sad to say, but Darius went all the way from the S plus tier like a few weeks ago down to like the middle of the A tier. Okay, onto the jungle tier list, and this is where the table has completely turned as well. The table has turned. You get it? It's not even a saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, enough about the table. So Camille S plus tier. Camille is the most reliable and the strongest jungler in the game right now. Again, the reason for that is same as the Baron lane. She's just incredibly strong. People kind of figured out that you can actually play her in the jungle, and she counters the meta. Keep in mind, by the way, guys, Lee Sin is a pretty hard counter to Camille. So if the enemy picks Lee Sin, I don't recommend you to pick Camille. And of course, the reason for that is because Lee Sin can knock her out of the ultimate. So, Camille, very strong, as I said in the last tier list. But here comes the interesting part. Kha'Zix. I picked up Kha'Zix today. I played Kha'Zix today for like 6 or 7 games. There was one game where I went 110, but all the other games, I just completely dominated. You just have to play him the right way. And you know what? If this video reaches 1,500 likes, screw it. I'll just make a Kha'Zix video. I'll play him even more today, and I'll make a Kha'Zix video. So if you guys want to see Kha'Zix, make sure you give this video a like. Also, put down a comment under this video, for the skin giveaway. And I want to ask you guys a question for today's comment as well. It's the first time that I'm asking a question in the tier list. What is currently the most underrated champion in the game, and why? Let me know why. Also, give likes to other comments that, have a good explanation so other people can read it too. My answer to that would be Kha'Zix. People know that Kha'Zix is okay, but I just don't see him in ranked. He is so damn strong. So damn strong. Like, so strong. You guys don't even know. Like, if you play him the correct way, he's just dominate. But enough about that. If you want to see what I'm talking about, just give the video a like. Evelyn. So I put Evelyn in the S tier in the latest tier list, but no, guys, no, she's still S plus tier. But the thing with Evelyn is she's a late game champion now. You can, like, in the late game when you get like at least 3 items, 4 items, you're gonna one shot the enemy. You're legit gonna one shot them, and it's still the broken Evelyn like it used to be, guys. Like the enemy ADC, the enemy mid laner, whatever, you're gonna one shot them. It's so easy with proto belt and everything, and it's broken. It's still broken. So on the bottom of the S plus tier list, which is still really good and pretty broken, is Lee Sin. Guys, Lee Sin, very dominating in the early game. When you get level 2, you can already gank a lane, get an easy kill. He's just very good to snowball with. Very strong in 1v1s as well in the jungle. Just a very solid jungler. So here at the bottom we have Vi, Wukong, Gragas, Rengar. These are all fairly decent picks. But Fizz jungle, guys, on top of the A tier. Now, Fizz has a lot of counters. See, that's kind of the problem. Like, Fizz jungle is really strong. Fizz jungle is actually S plus tier if you pick him into the right composition. But the enemies are obviously gonna counter pick you, right? So he's not always gonna be good. He's only gonna be good if you last pick him into the right composition. Then he's gonna be he could potentially be broken. So yeah, the others, the green foot, which is Riven. Riven is decent, and of course, guys, this time, yeah. Oh, oops, what happened? You're not missing it, bro. You are not missing it. To the Master Yi, that went 0-8 in my game, like I think it was 5 months ago or something. Still, screw you, okay? So the mid lane tier list, we're breaking the table right now. Like, the table has been turned around in the jungle tier list, and now we're continuing to break it. It's changed again. Let me explain. As you can see, Diana is not S plus tier anymore. Katarina is broken. Oh, my camera crashed. Wait, I thought my camera, yeah, okay. One sec, let me fix the camera. My camera hadn't crashed for like 2 days straight. So, you did a pretty good job. I'm actually pretty proud of the camera, guys. I'm pretty proud of it. So, Katarina, guys, is broken. All you gotta do is get 1 kill in a team fight and you wipe the entire enemy team. Broken, just broken. In the S tier, we got Ziggs, we got Twisted Fate, we got Diana. Let's first talk about these ones. Twisted Fate is so strong and also very underrated. Not many people play him, but he's S tier. Ziggs has the most insane poking ability in the game, but the thing with Ziggs is you kind of have to have a good team as well. If you have a good team with Ziggs, you're always gonna win. If you have a trash solo queue team, you're not gonna be able to play Ziggs to his full potential, because when you pick Ziggs, you gotta do the longer fights, the sustaining fights. Your team has to let you poke the enemy. That's when Ziggs is actually S tier, maybe even S plus tier. But you know how it goes. Your Evelyn goes in, he dies, he says mid div, mid is not doing anything, he's staying in the back line, mid div, trash mid, blah blah. So keep that in mind when picking Ziggs. So Akali S tier, even though she got nerfed, she got changed as well. She deals more burst damage now. Of course, very strong in the mid lane. She's not good in the Baron lane because you cannot trade, you cannot spam your first ability anymore. But she's really good in the mid lane because you deal more burst damage than you used to deal with Akali. And mid laners are squishy, so you can actually destroy them. Galio S tier, guys. He has risen up to the S tier. So you actually only want to pick Galio against these champions: Katarina, Diana, Akali, and other ability power melee mid laners. Melee. Because Galio in a melee matchup against an ability power champion, also Evelyn, if their enemy has an Evelyn jungle, incredibly broken. Also Fizz, Galio just hard counters these melee ability power champions. So whenever the enemy picks Akali, Katarina, Fizz mid lane, pick Galio. Especially if the enemy also has Evelyn jungle or Fizz jungle. You're gonna absolutely counter them and be incredibly strong. So Renekton mid, I want to talk about this one too. On the bottom of the A tier, but it is valuable. It is viable and it can work. Pick him into melee champions. You know, you're gonna get, like, if you pick him against Ziggs, for example, you're gonna get destroyed. You gotta pick him against Katarina, Galio, Yasuo, Zed, against champions like that. So I want to talk about Irelia, which is Master Yi. You know, the Master Yi here, this is supposed to be Irelia. I believe Irelia is on top of the A tier. I have seen some good Irelia players. It's just people have not gotten good enough at her yet. Now, I'm gonna say this right now actually. I think she is gonna be S tier when people get good at her. Irelia has an incredibly strong kit, and if you can abuse her kit, like her passive, you know, where she gets the bonus damage after 4 stacks, if you can abuse it well, you're gonna dominate your lane. You're gonna be so dominant and so strong. So keep that in mind. You know, Irelia is really good, but just people are not that good at her yet. People are playing Riven, but they're not playing Irelia as much. Orianna has actually dropped from the S tier to the A tier. Now, Orianna is obviously still very strong. You know, it's Orianna, but she just kind of gets overwhelmed by the other laners. You know, and actually now that I'm looking at it, Corki probably too. You know, Corki and Orianna, obviously very strong. You know, very strong picks. But the ones on top are just stronger. And I want to talk about Ahri too. Ahri also incredibly strong. Like, if you know how to play Ahri well, by the way, you know, I have a lot of Ahri videos on my YouTube channel, and I really recommend you to watch them. Just look up HellsDevil Ahri, because Ahri has a certain playstyle that only works on Ahri. But this playstyle, you have to do it. I'm not going to talk about it now. If you want to see it, just check out the Ahri videos that I made. Okay, on to the next tier list, which is the Dragon Lane. And here the table has already been broken down, but I'm jumping on the table to just keep breaking it. You know, I want to break the table in half now. This one has changed a lot as well. Let's talk about it. So the thing that hasn't changed is the S plus tier, Kai'Sa and Ezreal. You know, this is still the same. These are the broken champions. But let's talk about the major changes. Varus in the S tier. Who would have thought that Varus would reach the S tier? Do you guys remember the old tier lists where Varus would chill on the D tier, guys? Do you guys remember that? Oh, wait, I want to quickly talk about something in the mid lane tier list. Wait. Tryndamere mid lane, guys. I have a friend, Mozilla, which is also a pro player. He is playing Tryndamere mid lane. And, guys, it actually works. It actually works. So, you know, I might actually shoot him a message to record his gameplay, and I'll show it to you guys. We'll see. So, I'm saying it now. Tryndamere mid lane is legit. So back to the ADC tier list, Dragon Lane. Varus, ability power Varus especially, is so damn strong. It deals so much damage. Now you can go attack damage Varus too, but attack damage Varus would not be S tier. It would probably be around A tier. But the ability power Varus is where he becomes broken. Not broken, but very strong. But let me explain another thing. Varus is insanely strong against assassins like Evelynn, like Kha'Zix, like Rengar, like, you know, assassins, Katarina. And the reason for that is his ultimate. His ultimate, which is a 2-second route, allows you to completely demolish the assassin, you know, like Evelynn, for example, or Fizz as well. So pick Varus against assassins. You're gonna be their biggest nightmare ever because of your ultimate. And just use your ultimate on the assassin, guys. Keep that in mind. Okay, Twisted Faith. ADC Twisted Faith. Yes, guys, it's legit. A tier. ADC Twisted Faith is actually really strong, and that's because of the buff to the attack speed. You can just build full attack damage Twisted Faith with a Blade of the Rune King, because like now he skills really well with the Blade of the Rune King because he has a lot of attack speed, and he will do so much damage. And you know, the cards that stun are just a bonus. You can stun the enemy as well, and your ultimate, you can teleport throughout the map and get kills, guys. Very strong, you know, Dragon Lane Twisted Faith. Another thing that I want to note is Yasuo. Now, I've been watching two of my friends, which is Keys and Joey Skaggs. They've been playing Yasuo and Braum, the duo Yasuo-Braum in the Dragon Lane, and it's so strong. You know, obviously the combination is Braum ultimate and then Yasuo. So this is actually a really good combination, guys, and might be worth giving a shot, guys. Okay, on to the next tier list, which is the support tier list. And You know, the table has already been broken in half now, and at this point I'm just throwing the table through the window as well, you know, like might as well throw the table through the window. And yes, the support tier list. So there's a few things that are still the same, which is Janna Braum that are broken. You know, in the latest one I put Braum on the S tier, but he's S plus tier, guys. You know, after playing a few more games, like the shield, the stun, the ultimate, everything that he provides, you know, Janna and Braum are just the best supports in the game. After that, we got Leona. Now, guys, I really believe Leona is better than people think. Her potential to catch out an enemy is the best. It's the best. You can root an enemy, stun them with your first ability, and then stun them with your ultimate, and you become tanky with your second ability. Enemies are never going to be able to kill you. She is so strong. But another thing that's incredibly powerful about Leona is snowballing potential. When you are winning the lane with Leona, all you gotta do is stay in a bush in the dragon lane, hit your root on the enemy, and kill them again. And you can continuously kill them. And if the only thing that they can do to not get killed is stay under their turret. Obviously, they're gonna lose a lot of farm like that. So keep that in mind, guys. Leona support like almost S plus tier. It's just Janna and Braum are just broken. That's the problem. But she is actually so damn strong right now. Lulu is also S tier, and the thing is, like, Lulu just allows a good ADC to completely hard carry the game. You know, when you're playing with a good ADC player, like, Lulu is just gonna allow the ADC player to completely demolish the game. Especially Jinx, of course, guys. But Lulu is also really good with Vayne, with Kai'Sa as well, with Ashe. But Ashe is trash. You know, that's the problem of Ashe. So keep that in mind, guys. Alistar, very, very solid if you need a front line. You know, if your whole team is squishy, pick Alistar. Very solid, you know, and if you want to have an engaging champion. Let's talk about, who should we talk about? Let's see. Lux is very solid. Galio, yes. I underestimated Galio. He is incredibly powerful. His, the combination of his third ability to engage and his taunt, which is his second ability, is so powerful in the dragon lane. You know, you can taunt them and you'll do so much damage, because first of all, Galio is going to do a lot of damage. Secondly, you're going to give your ADC like free damage. You know, your ADC is going to have like 2 seconds to do damage for free to the enemy, which is very, very powerful, of course. You know, I'm saying it again, Garen support. You know, I believe in it. Garen support. So yeah, that was it about today's video. You know, make sure you give it a like if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe. It's a little late to ask the viewer to subscribe at the end of the video, isn't it? Kind of stupid. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.